Within you lies a power greater than anything you have ever imagined. It is the creative power of your mind, the invisible force that shapes your world and paints the canvas of your reality. Today, I want to remind you that you are not powerless, you are not limited, and you are not stuck. With the right thoughts, the right beliefs, and the right focus, you can manifest anything your heart desires. Your mind is the most fertile garden you will ever know. Every single thought you think, every belief you hold, every word you speak is a seed planted in this garden. Just as a gardener chooses which seeds to sow, flowers or weeds, fruit or thorns, you too have the power to choose the quality of thoughts you nurture. The universe responds not to chance, but to the steady rhythm of what you believe and repeat to yourself each day. Your outer life is simply the harvest of the seeds you have planted within. Think for a moment about the times you have spoken unkindly to yourself. Perhaps you said, "I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Life never works for me." Each of those thoughts is like planting a weed in your garden. And when weeds are not pulled out by their roots, they spread quickly, choking the life out of the flowers you truly want to grow. But here is the beautiful truth: you can always start again. At any moment, you can decide to pull out the weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation and replace them with seeds of confidence, love, and abundance. Your mind listens to everything you say. It does not argue with you. It does not question whether your words are good or bad. It simply accepts them as instructions. If you tell yourself you are unworthy, your mind finds ways to prove you right. But if you tell yourself you are capable, loved, and destined for greatness, your mind begins to rearrange your entire reality to match that belief. Just as soil doesn't care whether you plant poison or herbs, your subconscious doesn't judge. It only produces what you plant. Imagine now that every day you wake up and plant seeds of joy. You look into the mirror and say, "I am worthy of love. I am deserving of success. I am grateful for the abundance flowing into my life." Those words become your sunshine, your water, your nourishment. Day by day, the seeds of positivity grow stronger, and soon they blossom into experiences that reflect your new way of thinking. Opportunities come, relationships heal, unexpected blessings appear. Because the garden of your mind has been tended with love, you do not have to battle the entire forest of old beliefs all at once. Start with one small seed today. Choose one new thought that lifts you up, one affirmation that speaks to your heart. Repeat it with feeling, water it with gratitude, and let it take root. Over time, this one small seed becomes a strong, healthy plant, and it will naturally push away the weeds that no longer belong in your garden. The more you nurture what is good, the less space there is for what is harmful. Do not worry about how quickly things will grow. A garden requires patience, and so does the mind. When you plant a seed in the earth, you do not dig it up the next day to see if it is growing. You trust the unseen process beneath the soil. The same is true for your manifestations. Trust that the seeds you plant with your thoughts and affirmations are already sprouting, even if you cannot yet see them with your eyes. Your job is to keep believing, to keep watering, to keep shining the light of love upon them. There may be storms, yes. There may be days when the weeds of old fears try to grow back. But remember, you are the gardener. You are not powerless to the weather of life. You can choose again. You can say, "No, I do not feed this fear. I return to love. I return to gratitude. I return to the vision of the life I am creating." Each time you make this choice, your garden grows stronger, more radiant, more fruitful. Soon, you will find yourself walking through the harvest of your own thoughts. Where once there was lack, there will be abundance. Where once there was loneliness, there will be love. Where once there was despair, there will be hope and joy. and you will know that none of it happened by accident. It was you. You planted the seeds. You nurtured them with belief. You protected them with faith, and you allowed them to flourish. So today, begin again. Look within and ask yourself, what kind of garden do I want my mind to be? If you desire peace, plant peace. If you desire success, plant success. If you desire health, plant health. Speak it, feel it, believe it, and it will grow. Your mind is the most powerful garden in existence, and when you treat it with love, there is nothing you cannot create. Every single one of us carries stories within our minds, stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we can do, and what we are worthy of receiving. Some of these stories are empowering. They remind us of our strength, our ability to overcome, and the beauty of our spirit. But many of the stories we repeat are heavy, limiting, and false. They are old echoes of fear, rejection, disappointment, or failure. These stories may have been whispered to us by others when we were young or born from painful moments when life didn't go the way we hoped. Over time, we repeat them so often that they feel like truth, but they are not truth. They are simply illusions we have carried for too long. Think about how often you have said to yourself, "I can't do this," "Things never work out for me," or "I will never have love or abundance." These phrases may feel natural because you've rehearsed them in your mind, but they are not your destiny. They are just stories, and stories can be rewritten. When you cling to limiting stories, you live in a cage that you unknowingly built for yourself. You believe the door is locked, when in reality it has been open the whole time. The moment you recognize that these stories are not you, you step into the power to release them. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the opinions of others. You are not the failures, the rejections, or the moments of pain. Those experiences may have shaped you, but they do not define you. You are the awareness that holds the power to create a new story at any moment. The mind loves to cling to the familiar, even when the familiar is painful. It repeats the same old tale because it feels safe. But growth happens when you dare to step beyond the familiar and speak a new narrative into existence. Releasing limiting stories begins with noticing them. Pay attention to the words you say to yourself, both silently and aloud. Do you constantly speak about lack, about struggle, about things never working? Do you find yourself saying, "This is just how I am," or "This always happens to me"? When you notice these words, stop for a moment and breathe. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or is this simply a story I have repeated so many times that I no longer question it? That small moment of awareness cracks the illusion. The truth is that you are not bound by any story. You are a limitless being with the ability to choose again. Each thought you think is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. When you release the old narrative, you make space for a new masterpiece to unfold. You can begin to speak words that affirm your worthiness. I am capable. I am strong. I deserve happiness. I am open to abundance. These words may feel strange at first, like trying on clothes that don't quite fit. But the more you speak them, the more natural they will feel until they become your new story. Do not be afraid of letting go. Sometimes we cling to old stories because they give us an identity. Even if it is a painful one, we say, "I am the one who was abandoned," or "I am the one who never succeeds." But when you release these labels, you discover something far greater. You discover that your identity is not built on pain. Your true identity is built on love, on resilience, on infinite possibility. You are not the story. You are the storyteller. And as the storyteller, you can always choose a new chapter. Imagine, just for a moment, what your life would look like if you no longer carried those old beliefs. If you stopped saying, "I can't," and instead began to say, I can. If you stop saying, I never get what I want, and began to affirm, I am always supported, life brings me what I need. Can you see how the energy shifts? Can you feel how your heart expands when you tell a new story filled with hope and love? The universe responds to this new vibration, and doors begin to open where once there were only walls. Releasing limiting stories is not about denying your past. It is about choosing not to live there anymore. It is about thanking those old experiences for the lessons they gave you, and then gently setting them down so you can walk freely into your future. It is about looking into the mirror and saying, I am more than what has happened to me. I am more than what I was told. I am more than the limits I once believed. I am free to create a new story, and I choose one of love, abundance, and joy. From this moment forward, you are free. Free to tell a new story. Free to step into a new reality. Free to become all that you were meant to be. The past does not hold you. The only thing that holds you is the story you choose to repeat. Today, choose a story that uplifts you, a story that empowers you, a story that honors the truth of who you really are. Because the truth is, you are limitless, you are powerful, and you are worthy of every good thing life has to offer. Every word you speak is a declaration to the universe. Every thought you repeat is a signal that calls experiences into your life. The truth is, you are always affirming something. You are either affirming your fears or affirming your desires. You are either affirming limitation or affirming abundance. You are either affirming lack or affirming love. Once you understand this, you begin to see how powerful your words truly are. What you say, you create. What you believe, you live. Affirming the life you desire begins with choosing words that match the reality you want to experience, not the one you are trying to leave behind. If you are struggling financially, it may feel natural to say, I am broke. I can't afford this. I never have enough. But those words are planting the same seed of lack over and over again. Instead, you can choose to affirm, money flows to me easily. I am open to receiving abundance. Life provides for me in miraculous ways. Even before your outer circumstances shift, these words shift the energy inside you. And that inner shift is the beginning of all change. The same is true for love. If you long for connection, but say to yourself, I am unlovable, people always leave me, I can't trust anyone, then you are affirming loneliness. But if you begin to affirm, I am worthy of deep, lasting love. I am surrounded by people who care for me. I attract relationships that honor my soul. You begin to rewrite the story you live in. The universe listens, and your reality starts to reflect the vibration of your affirmations. At first, affirmations may feel uncomfortable, even untrue. You might say, I am abundant, while looking at an empty bank account and feel like you are lying to yourself. But remember, affirmations are not about describing what you see now. They are about creating what you desire to see. They are about speaking to your future with confidence. The moment you begin to affirm with feeling, your subconscious mind accepts these new words as truth, and your outer world begins to shift to match them. Affirmations work because your words carry energy. When you declare, I am healthy, you are sending a message to every cell in your body to align with that vision of health. When you affirm, I am confident, your nervous system responds by opening to strength and calm. When you affirm, I am grateful for the abundance in my life, you immediately shift into the vibration of receiving more to be grateful for. This is not empty repetition. It is the conscious use of language to reshape your reality. But affirmations are most powerful when you feel them. It is not enough to say words without emotion. Feel them as if they are already true. When you affirm wealth, imagine the joy of having all your needs met. When you affirm love, Imagine the warmth of being held in a caring relationship. When you affirm peace, breathe deeply and let calmness wash over you. The more vividly you connect with the feeling, the faster your subconscious mind accepts it, and the quicker your reality begins to shift. Consistency matters. You cannot plant seeds one day and then walk away, expecting a harvest without care. In the same way, affirmations require daily practice. Speak them in the morning as you rise. Whisper them at night before you sleep. Write them down. Repeat them when you feel doubt creeping in. Each repetition is like watering the garden of your mind, ensuring that the seeds of your desire continue to grow strong. Affirmations also require trust. You may not see results immediately, but just like a seed sprouting underground, change is happening even when you cannot see it. Trust that the energy you are sending out is gathering momentum. Trust that life is rearranging itself in ways you cannot yet understand. Trust that your words have power, and that power is already shaping your tomorrow. The most important truth about affirmations is that they remind you of your worth. You do not affirm to beg life to give you something. You affirm to remind yourself that you are already worthy of receiving it. When you say, "I am loved," you are not asking for love to find you. You are declaring that love already exists within you. And because of that, it will mirror itself back to you in countless ways. So begin today. Choose words that match the life you truly desire. Declare them boldly, lovingly, and often. Say, "I am abundant. I am healthy. I am joyful. I am free. I am open to miracles." Feel these truths as if they are already yours. Let them shape your thoughts, your actions, and your energy. And as you continue to affirm the life you desire, you will watch it unfold before you in ways more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. You are powerful. You are worthy. You are capable of creating the life you long for. Speak it, believe it, affirm it, and watch the universe respond. The greatest power you hold is the ability to imagine. Your imagination is the blueprint of your reality. Whatever you consistently hold in your mind with feeling eventually takes form in your life. The secret is not to wait until something happens to feel joy, gratitude, or success. The secret is to imagine already done and allow yourself to experience the emotions now. When you do this, you align your energy with the outcome you desire, and the universe begins to arrange the details to make it so. Think for a moment of a dream you hold in your heart. Perhaps it is greater financial freedom, a loving relationship, radiant health, or a sense of peace and purpose. Now, instead of saying to yourself, "One day I will have it," close your eyes and imagine it is already here. Picture yourself living that reality. See the details clearly, the colors, the sounds, the environment. Feel the emotions you would feel if this desire had already manifested. Smile as though you are already living in the joy of your answered prayer. This simple act is one of the most powerful creative forces you can use. The mind does not know the difference between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. When you allow yourself to step fully into the picture of your desired life, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. And once the subconscious accepts something as truth, it tirelessly works to make it real. This is why athletes rehearse their performances in their minds before stepping into the arena. They see themselves winning, feel the triumph, and embody success even before the event takes place. And what they imagine with conviction becomes their reality. You too can use this same creative process in every area of your life. Imagination is not daydreaming without purpose. It is intentional creation. When you imagine with clarity and emotion, you are sending out a powerful signal to the universe. You are saying, "This is who I am. This is what I claim. This is what belongs to me now." The more often you dwell in that state, the stronger the signal becomes. Opportunities, people, and circumstances begin to align with the energy you are holding. What once seemed far away begins to move closer until it becomes your lived experience. It is important to understand that imagining it already done is not about forcing or controlling. It is about relaxing into the feeling of certainty. When you imagine with doubt, wondering if it will happen or questioning how, it creates resistance. But when you imagine with trust and ease, as though it is already complete, you let go of the struggle. You rest in the knowing that the universe is taking care of the details. You no longer need to chase or beg, because in your mind and heart, it is already yours. Begin practicing this each day. Take a few quiet minutes in the morning or before you sleep at night. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and step into the version of you who is already living the life you desire. Feel the comfort of financial abundance, as though the money is already in your account. Feel the joy of love, as though the relationship you dream of is already in your arms. Feel the relief of radiant health, as though every cell in your body is already healed and strong. Allow these feelings to rise within you and linger. The more real it feels inside, the faster it will show up outside. Gratitude amplifies this practice. When you imagine it already done, give thanks as though it has already arrived. Say to yourself, "Thank you for this beautiful life. Thank you for the abundance. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the peace." Gratitude seals your vision with faith and magnetizes even more blessings to you. When you are thankful before the evidence appears, you prove to the universe that you trust, and trust is the energy that brings dreams into form. There may be days when your current reality feels far from the vision you hold. Do not let appearances discourage you. What you see now is only the result of past thoughts and beliefs. Your new imagination is planting seeds that will blossom in time. Just as a farmer does not dig up the soil each day to check if the seed is growing, you must not up your vision with doubt. Keep watering it with faith. Keep nourishing it with gratitude. Keep seeing it as already done, and trust the unseen process at work. Soon, you will find yourself standing in the very reality you once only imagined. You will look around and recognize the details you once rehearsed in your mind. You will feel the joy that you once practiced in silence, and you will know that nothing came by accident. It was your imagination, your belief, your willingness to feel it before it arrived that brought it to life. So from this moment forward, dare to imagine boldly. Do not wait until tomorrow to feel joy. Feel it now. Do not wait until the dream appears to feel gratitude. Give thanks now. Do not wait for proof before you believe. Believe now, for in the eyes of the universe, it is already done. And the more you live as though it is true, the faster you will watch it unfold in your world. There is a rhythm to life that is far greater than our limited understanding. There is a divine order to things, a flow that carries us forward even when we cannot see where it is taking us. To trust the process of life is to lean into that flow with faith instead of fear. It is to believe that even when circumstances seem uncertain or delayed, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Life is not against you. It is always working for you. Every event, every challenge, every blessing is part of a larger design that is leading you toward growth, healing, and fulfillment. So often, we feel the need to control every detail. We want to know how something will happen, when it will happen, and in what way it will arrive. When things do not go according to our plan, we become anxious, frustrated, and doubtful. But the truth is, control is an illusion. You may not be able to see the entire path ahead, but you are always being guided. The very breath you take, the very beat of your heart, is proof that life is sustaining you in every moment without your effort. If life can manage the vastness of the universe, the turning of planets, and the flow of oceans, then surely it can manage the unfolding of your desires. Trusting the process of life is about surrender. Not surrender in weakness, but surrender in wisdom. It is saying, I release the need to control the details. I trust that life knows the way better than I do. I am willing to step back and allow. This kind of trust frees you from unnecessary struggle. It allows you to live with more peace. Because you no longer fight against the current, you allow it to carry you. When you trust, you realize that delays are not denials. What seems like a detour may be protection, redirection, or preparation for something far greater than you imagined. Think about times in your life when something did not work out the way you wanted. Perhaps a relationship ended, a job opportunity fell through, or a plan dissolved unexpectedly. In the moment, it may have felt like a loss. Yet later, looking back, you saw how that closed door led you to a better one, how the pain gave birth to strength, how the ending was truly a beginning in disguise. Life has always been guiding you, even when you did not understand. To trust the process is to live with that knowing in the present moment instead of waiting for hindsight. Trust does not mean doing nothing. It means doing what you can from a place of peace while allowing the rest to unfold. You take inspired action when it feels right, but you do not cling or push with desperation. You let go of forcing, because forcing is born of fear, while allowing is born of love. When you trust, you walk with patience. You remind yourself, everything is happening for me. I am exactly where I need to be. Life is leading me perfectly. These words become a soothing balm to the mind that always wants to rush and worry. Patience is not waiting idly. It is waiting with faith. Just as a seed planted in the ground needs time to sprout, so do your dreams. You would not dig up the soil each day to check if the seed is growing. You trust the unseen process beneath the surface. In the same way, trust that what you have asked for is already growing in the invisible realms, taking root and preparing to appear at the right time. Your role is to keep nurturing your faith, to keep your energy open and receptive, and to live in gratitude as if it is already done. The process of life is not random. It is always purposeful. Every delay teaches patience. Every challenge builds strength. Every detour reveals something you would not have otherwise seen. When you trust this process, you find peace even in uncertainty. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And instead ask, how is this guiding me? What is this teaching me? Where is this leading me? Those questions shift you from fear to empowerment. Trusting the process of life is the path to freedom. You no longer need to carry the heavy burden of trying to control everything. You rest in the assurance that you are supported by forces far greater than you. You move forward with faith, knowing that everything is unfolding for your highest good. You live each day with gratitude, because even when you cannot see the outcome, you know the journey itself is sacred. So breathe deeply and let go of the tension. Say to yourself, I trust life. I trust myself. I trust the unfolding of my journey. Allow this trust to settle into your heart, bringing you peace in the present moment. From this place of calm faith, you will find that doors open naturally, opportunities appear without strain, and what once felt distant moves easily into your reality. For when you trust the process of life, you are carried by its grace, and everything you desire flows to you in perfect timing. Gratitude is the golden key that unlocks the doors of abundance, peace, and joy. It is not simply saying thank you with your lips, but a deep and sincere recognition of the blessings that already surround you. When you pause and truly notice all that you have, something magical begins to happen inside of you. Your energy shifts, your perspective expands, and you become a magnet for even more blessings to flow into your life. Gratitude changes what you see because it changes how you see. The same life, the same day can feel heavy or light depending on whether your heart is tuned to lack or to appreciation. Every single day presents countless opportunities to be grateful. But so often we overlook them because we are waiting for the big things to appear. We tell ourselves, I'll be grateful when I get the job, when I meet the right partner, when the money comes, when my life is perfect. But life does not work that way. The universe responds not to conditions, but to vibrations. Gratitude is a vibration, and it calls forth experiences that match it. When you are grateful for the breath in your lungs, for the roof above your head, for the water that flows when you turn on a tap, you are aligning with the frequency of abundance. And once you align, more abundance must flow to you, for that is the law of life. Think of gratitude as the soil in which your dreams are planted. If you pour appreciation into the ground of your being, your desires have fertile space to grow. Without gratitude, your dreams are like seeds scattered on concrete. There is nowhere for them to take root. You may have visions and intentions, but if your heart is closed off in complaint or resentment, you block the flow of growth. Gratitude opens that flow, softens the soil, and nurtures every possibility into reality. Even in times of struggle, gratitude is the light that guides you forward. When challenges appear, it is easy to focus on what is wrong, on what is missing, on what hurts. Yet the very act of shifting your attention to what is still working can be a lifeline. If your body is unwell, give thanks for the parts that are functioning, for the breath that continues to sustain you, for the heart that beats without asking. If your finances are low, give thanks for the meals you have, for the small comforts that still surround you, for the creative mind within you that can open new pathways. When you practice gratitude in the midst of difficulty, you are not ignoring reality. You are transforming it. You are saying to life, I see the good here. I welcome more of it, but gratitude is also the bridge between where you are and where you wish to be. When you imagine the life you desire, begin by feeling grateful as though it is already here. If you want love, give thanks for the love that already exists in friendships, family, pets, or even the love you show yourself. If you want prosperity, express gratitude for every coin, every dollar, every opportunity you already receive. If you want peace, give thanks for the moments of stillness and calm you can access now. This attitude of thankfulness opens the floodgates of the universe to bring you more of the same. And notice, too, how gratitude transforms your relationships. When you focus on the good in others, when you acknowledge the kindness they show, when you let them know you appreciate them, you draw out even more goodness. Gratitude softens conflicts, heals wounds, and creates a space for love to flourish. The more you affirm what you are thankful for in people, the more they rise into that version of themselves. Gratitude is not only for the things of life, but for the souls you walk alongside. Make gratitude a daily practice. Upon waking, pause to appreciate the gift of a new day. Throughout the hours, stop and notice the small joys. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter of a child, the taste of food, the comfort of your home. Before sleeping, reflect on the blessings of the day and let your heart rest in appreciation. These simple acts recalibrate your entire energy field. You will find that life feels lighter, your mood brighter, your outlook more hopeful. And from that place, miracles flow naturally. Gratitude is the magnet, and you are the one who controls its strength. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes, until you begin attracting goodness without effort. Life loves a grateful heart, for it is open, receptive, and ready to receive. Begin today by affirming, I am thankful for all that I have. I am grateful for all that is on its way. Every breath I take is a gift, and I welcome life with open arms. As you live in gratitude, you will notice something extraordinary. The things you once longed for will arrive. Yes, but even greater, your joy will no longer be dependent on them. You will have discovered the secret that happiness is not in waiting for the future to change, but in celebrating the present as it is. And from that place of joy, the universe cannot help but bless you more. Gratitude is your magnet. Use it and watch the miracles unfold.